Today we're going to look at an honest English study plan. It's gonna be really practical because it starts from the very beginning when you have a very low level of English, and by the end you will see that this is possible to become fluent in English if you follow these steps. I promise you that there are always reasons why something is impossible to do. Have you ever turned on the TV without any purpose? I think that's a very important skill because sometimes you just listen to native speakers, you don't understand what they're saying, and it's a frustrating feeling. Yes, I know reading is boring. Not this kind of reading. Here is the deal. Reading is important because it helps you expand your vocabulary and it also trains your brain to think in English. It's like exercising your brain. So how should you read? Here is what you should do. Choose one article website. Spend at least half an hour reading articles. It's very similar to the previous step, but this time I want you to focus on your pronunciation. It doesn't matter if you're trying to learn English or build a business or get in shape. Nothing will happen unless you are consistent. Secondly, don't get overwhelmed. Learning a language takes time. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the journey. Thirdly, celebrate small victories. Every little improvement is a step closer to fluency. So celebrate them, and finally, never ever give up on your dreams. So watch movies and series and try to repeat after actors. Try to imitate their pronunciation. If you're not sure about your pronunciation, you can use a pronunciation app. It's a great tool to check your pronunciation. When you do that, pay attention to the new words that you find and look them up and add them to your flashcards. But wait, I have a gift for you. I want you to subscribe to a newsletter. It's completely free, and every week you will receive an email with an interesting article to read. The articles are written for intermediate students, but don't worry, you can read them without any problem and the vocabulary is amazing. So learn new words, but how can you learn new words? Well, here is a very simple trick. They feel shy or uncomfortable speaking in front of native speakers, and that's normal. I think this is the most enjoyable part of learning a language because this is when you actually communicate with other people. The best thing you can do is join an English conversation group. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced student. The only thing that matters is that you enjoy the group and the people around you. And here's a bonus tip. You can join an English conversation group without any obligations. You can just listen and see how others speak and then participate if you want. Also, don't forget to join the online community. I try to create a welcoming atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable sharing their ideas. But if you want to overcome that challenge, you need to put yourself into situations where you have to speak. There are many things you can do. You can work as a volunteer in an international company. You can join an English conversation group. You can have a conversation with a native speaker online, or you can talk to yourself. I know it sounds weird, but it works, and here's why. When you talk to yourself, you train your brain to think in English because thinking is the most difficult part. For example, when someone asks you a question in English, you have to first process the question in your mind and then respond. But if you talk to yourself constantly, your brain gets used to processing information faster. So whenever you have some free time, talk about what you did today, what you're planning for tomorrow, what was the most amazing thing that happened to you in your life, what is your dream, what is your opinion about a certain topic. Talk about anything you want, choose one video platform, search for a topic that you're interested in, play the video and start writing down all the new words that you hear. Do you know what? I bet that in the first minute you will write down 3 new words. In the second minute, you will write down 4 new words. In the third minute, you will write down 5 new words. And by the end of the video, I bet that you will have written at least 15 new words. So I want you to do this every day. Write down at least 15 new words and learn them. How do you learn them? Well, there are many ways to learn new words. One of them is creating flashcards. It used to be very difficult to create flashcards because you had to buy special cards and then write on them and then keep them somewhere. But now you can create digital flashcards online for free. There are many websites and apps to do that. Personally, I use a flashcard app. Without any goal in mind, just watching whatever they show you and then you turn it off without even remembering what you watched. That's what I call TV flipping. Many of us do this and we think that we're learning English while doing that. But we're not, because you need a goal. You need a purpose. Ask yourself, what do I want to learn? Do I want to improve my listening skills? Do I want to learn new vocabulary? Do I want to learn how people use idioms in real-life situations? When you watch videos with a purpose, you actually learn. What I want you to do is to pick one video platform and spend at least half an hour every single day watching videos. And before I move on to the next step, I want to share with you my favorite videos that will help you improve your English quickly. And one of those reasons is that you don't have enough time to learn a new language, or you don't have enough money to take classes, or maybe you live in a place where there aren't any classes offered. Well, guess what? Those are all BS excuses. You know why? Because you can literally start learning English right now with everything you have at your disposal. If you have a phone, you have YouTube. If you have a phone, you have Google. You can find thousands of free resources online to start learning English, so start learning English. And before I move on to the next step, I want to give you two recommendations. The first one is a One English Step-by-Step. It's an amazing course for beginners created by Menglish. It's entirely free and you can find the link below. I also recommend that you get an app to practice what you're learning. There are many good apps out there, but my favorite one is called Simply Learn Languages. It's not sponsored or anything. I just think it's the best one. Why? Because it teaches you real-life conversations and phrases. And here's an example. Do you know the way to the cinema? I'm looking for the cinema. Where is the cinema? I'm going to the cinema. Can you help me? It also lets you practice and test your knowledge with different fun exercises. For example, listening exercises like this one. Listen and choose. So I highly recommend that you use an app. And before we start, I just want to tell you that this is the last time I'm gonna say this. Okay, so let's start. The first step is start learning English. The easiest thing in the world is to make excuses why you cannot do something. We all do it. Step no, 2. Watch a lot of videos. This might seem easy, but it isn't. Let me ask you a question. Let's go to the third step, which is listen and learn new words. Let's move on to the fourth step, which is read. Moving on to the fifth step, speak. Many of my students struggle with speaking. Now let's move on to the sixth step, which is listen and speak. This brings us to the seventh step, which is watch and speak. So these were the 7 steps. Now I want to give you some additional tips. First of all, be consistent. Consistency is the key to success.